Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining here tonight. I'm talking about the recap on the Mastermind event that I attended last weekend, which was in Vegas. So this was an event that was a team incentive for the VisionCast team, which is kind of run by Emily and Hayden Vavra. So right in the beginning of the month of March, they decided to do this event because they missed seeing people in person. But they wanted it to be small enough to where it had a true exclusivity, a true meaning behind it. So Emily has been friends with Eric Worre, who is a trainer in the network marketing world for over 9 years. She actually met him very randomly, happenstance, in Minnesota, where he's from. And she's followed him as he's become one of the biggest trainers in network marketing in the country. He has a convention every year. He's written a book. He's been one of my mentors for quite a while now. So when they announced this incentive, I thought, I'm just going to go for it. Let's just see what happens. I am just going to create action and just see where it takes me. And I'll be honest, after the first week, I didn't understand one of the rules and I thought that I was discounted. And so I was bummed and I was like, you know what, next time, as you know, it is what it is. And then that Monday night, they explained the rules again. And I was like, I'm still in the game. And so I was in the top like 20 the first couple weeks, and then the last week they started telling us that like these people are tripling their points and there's people coming out of nowhere and they're coming up and doing all this stuff. And I saw my name drop to like the bottom 5. And I was like, I've got to go. I got a few more points in the last minute. And then they made us wait an entire week for the final top 40. And so I can't begin to describe the feeling of what it felt like when I saw my name on that top 40. Brad actually recorded me. And so it was definitely something that just was such a relief, so excited for. It just really lit my soul on fire because the only way that I got there was by helping other people, was by watching them succeed, by watching their wins. It's all about helping other people. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up a slideshow that I just kind of whipped up today to share some of my points. So again, thank you all for attending. If you're watching the replay, please let me know. I'm putting this on YouTube so that anybody can watch and give me your feedback and just let me know what your biggest takeaways are. This was definitely a life-changing event for me, and I can't but help to share this with other people. So the first 4 hours on Saturday were leadership training. This was exclusive training that was just Eric Worre and the 40 of us. This was not broadcasted. This was not something that anybody else could watch. And boy, did Eric come out like a shotgun. He walked in there and started talking about stuff that I felt like was right over my head. He's been in the network marketing game for like 30 something years. I want to say around the year that I was born. His story began when he was 19. He has made every mistake in the book. He has fallen on his face. He's lost everything. A couple of things that I felt like really paralleled with him and I is that he had like 19 jobs by the time he was 19. And I had like 19 jobs, not 9, but I had a lot of jobs too. And so I kind of understood his like trying to find a place in the world and trying to find what fit and, just kind of pushing pieces into a puzzle piece, to make things fit. So one thing that he talked about is the definition of a leader. And this isn't just a broad terms. This is something that, really works with network marketing and business in general. So what everybody's version of success is different, but success is on the other side of being consistent. And it doesn't have to be the exact same thing every day. It's the same energy. It's the same passion. It's the same drive. Like you don't falter on your belief system. So consistency is a skill that you have to practice. We consistently wake up every morning, but do we wake up at the same time? Do we wake up in the same manner? Do we wake up in the same mood? No, but we do wake up every day. So it's about creating that habit and being consistent. Becoming independent. There's a lot of jobs out there. There's a lot of places in the world where you just depend on somebody else all of the time. There's no autonomy. You don't go to the bathroom without asking somebody. You don't, move something around or create a new policy or do anything unless you go off of somebody else. And now network marketing isn't completely independent, but you are your own boss. You don't need your upline to do anything for you. Just because somebody enrolled you doesn't mean you ever have to talk to them again. And that's kind of a beautiful thing. Most of the time you like the person who enrolls you though, but it is an independent sport. So that was something that was very clear to me. And kind of the goal with each individual is to help them become as independent on their own time. So if they're like, I'll be independent in 10 years, then I might be a little concerned. And same thing if they're like, I'll be independent tomorrow, I'm going to say, let's work together for a little while and kind of test you until we feel like you're good to go. Being a problem solver. So you should be spending 5% of time on the problem and 95% of the time on the solution. So if somebody comes to you and says, I don't like the taste of the shake, say, okay, tell me what you don't like about the taste. Well, it's got this, thing with my tongue, and I never really liked bananas. I don't even know why I ordered bananas. Okay, so there's the problem. Let's come up with a solution. What about if we added some strawberries? Or let's see, what else goes good with bananas? Maybe if you do one scoop of banana and 1 scoop of chocolate, then you could have chocolate covered banana. Or what about maybe adding a bunch of ice, or maybe, some sugar-free syrup for coffee, like there's some marshmallow in there, some white chocolate, something. I mean, we can troubleshoot, we can come up with tons of ideas, and there's got to be something that we can work with. And then if that doesn't work, we can call the company and get your flavor switched out. Boom, solution. Spent way more words on solution than we did the problem. Then we have action creators. So these are people that don't just sit around and say, oh, I really should get up and clean the floors, but I'm not going to. Oh, I really should reach out to that person who's talking on Facebook about wanting to lose weight. Oh, I should, but I'm just not going to. That's something that you do have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit with, and just have that messy action. And so creating action is contagious. People are going to watch you. They're going to see what you're doing, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I don't know what she's doing, but I want to do it too. And so creating that momentum, it's only going to build on each other. And if you start losing that momentum, guess what? You can pull it from me. You can pull it from other people in the team. We got plenty to go around. And finally, having a big vision. So you should speak in vision. I envision a team of men and women who want to change the world. I envision myself running past that finish line after I finish a half marathon. I envision myself buying my children Disney passes. I envision myself, vacationing. It's about talking in big goals and letting yourself just pour out of your heart. So that was really a big takeaway for this event when he talked about these skills and that they really do need practice. And if you find yourself really struggling with one of these, focus on it and just do a little bit of personal development, because it all starts within you. Moving on. These are some of my favorite quotes. We're going to apply more and learn less. Emily Vavra looked me in the eye and said, you need to stop reading so much. And I was like, shots fired. Oh gosh. So I told her that I just read a lot of books, and I'm just like trying to get all this information, and I just want to, watch all these videos, and I do all this stuff. And she said, pick one thing and pound it in. Where are you struggling? Learn about that, pick that, and pound it in. Once that's there, move on to the next. One thing that Eric said that really stood out to me is, we really live in a scarcity mindset. So a lot of people will look at the menu and they'll pick the most inexpensive item, not what they want to eat. So he said, you know what? Pick the food off the menu that you want to eat, not what the price is. And that was such a big metaphor for so many things in life. I mean, do you pick up pennies off the ground? Do you go to the store and everything you look at on the shelf is like, where's the middle ground price? Am I a high spender? Am I a low spender? Am I in the middle? And this is one thing, Brad and I kind of differ from sometimes, where like he'll come home and I'm like, why did you buy the brand yogurt? I buy the off brand. And it's just a mindset. Some of that was put into our brains as kids. And so it's just about really kind of paying attention to it and noticing when you're doing it and deciding how you want to change that, So we cannot win by hurting others. In this profession, there is no benefit in hurting other people. And unfortunately, there are people out there that have been hurt in the past. There's people that have been hurt by doctors. There are people that have been hurt by nurses. There's people that have been hurt by painters, by daycare providers, by teachers. Like, everybody's been hurt, but we get it a little bit harder because anybody can do this. Any old person, 18 and up, come on, be a network marketer. And so there's some people out there that really don't have the values. And it's not like we're going to say, no, you can't join my team. No, you can't buy from me. But you do really have to kind of protect who you're bringing in and who you're giving attention to. Brad knows that there was a time where I was getting messages from somebody on the team that made me feel uncomfortable. And I had to talk to my leadership and just say, hey, you know, I'm not really digging this. And so we fixed it. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes. So in this life, you want to play to win and not survive. I meet so many people, especially women, who are on survival mode. They are literally just getting paycheck to paycheck. They are getting from one hop to the next to the next. It's barely eking on by. And so you want to play to win instead of just surviving. Because when you change that mindset, it really changes your perspective. Now, I like this one because we have kids. Your kids are watching your feet and not your lips. Guess what Miranda did? Miranda has created a school for Miles. It's a private school, by the way. They have Dinosaur Mondays. They have all kinds of other stuff. And she actually created a schedule on this big piece of paper. And it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She sees me on my calendar all day, like, okay, I got a call in 5 minutes. Okay, I've got, training a little bit later. Oh, I've got to walk. I've got to run. I've got all these things. So she created this schedule and she's watching. She's watching my actions. Sometimes she hears what she says, what I say. And I got some news to share. Miles actually heard me today drop a swear word while we were driving. And yeah, he repeated it. So sorry. So kids are watching, and not just your feet, also your lips too. But so the final statement here is successful people don't bring others down. And that's just what it is. We've all seen those shows where like Cruella de Vil is like the meanest one around or whatever. But like, honestly, like, is that the type of success you want to be? No. But like, successful people in network marketing lift others up. We empower each other. It's really all about who you can help and not about just yourself. So moving on to my vision here. So I like to share these photos because when this incentive came out, I printed out a picture of Eric Worre and I put it on my wall. And I told Brad thought it was funny because there's some guy staring, but I told my team that I'm envisioning myself in his home and in his refrigerator. And so as I was waiting in line, like asking Marina Worre, his wife, can I take a picture with you? One of the teammates was like, go in her refrigerator. And I was like, okay. And Marina's like, what? You want to go in my fridge? And I was like, can we do a picture first before I totally creep you out? And hi, Miles. Hi. I don't need your water. Oh, are you bringing me water? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you're so nice. So I took a photo with Marina, and then I told her about visioning myself going into a refrigerator, because friends go in each other's refrigerator. It's like, hey, do you want something to drink? Yeah, go grab it. It's not like it's formal at first, but then friends just help themselves. So that was a sign for me that I am meant to be around people like that. So moving forward with my vision, my goal is to develop leaders who are willing, coachable, and hungry to achieve success. Now, what everybody's success is different. Somebody might just want to get their order paid for. Somebody else might want to impact lives. Another person might want to buy a yacht or a private jet or, something crazy that makes them happy. Whatever their version of the success is, I want to be a part of helping them achieve it. I want to bless this world with the gift and opportunity and maintain a culture of positivity and empowerment. So one thing about my goals here, there's nothing on here that's measurable. I didn't put on here that I want to make X amount of money. I do have those goals, but those are something that I've shared with a few people. Hey, Miranda, can you come get him? But that's not something that I want to advertise. That is something that I can measure. That is something that, is something that I share, but it's not as important to me as helping other people feel their best and look their best and live financially comfortable. And when my personal goals are met, hurry up. Thank you. Just go. He's been extra loud today. I apologize. When my goals are met, I have a few ways to share with the rest of the world. One thing I plan to do is buy free shipping for a year for my builders. And so those are the people that are in it with me, that are running, that are ready to go. So I will pay for their shipping when I reach my goal. I will also buy Disney passes for my kids, and they already know that this is the case. So Miranda's on board with helping me with my work. Miles, on the other hand, is just like, I want fruit snacks. So that is part of my goal. The third goal is to buy my husband a coach of his choice. So there are a million kinds of coaches out there. Coaches are time machines. So you can take this person's 10, 15, 20 years of experience, you can condense it into 8 weeks and pass it on to you. So Brad has never expressed to me that he wants a coach, but I know that he has personal goals. And some of them are related to his physical fitness. Some of them are related to other goals in life. And so we'll shop around and find something that fits him the best. And if it's learning about, the nutrition that we can do at home, or if he wants a video game coach, we'll do that. I don't care. If he wants a soccer coach, let's do that. Like, I just want him to feel that there's something that he can look forward to, that he can help with and support with. And so that is one of my goals. And finally, I am going to treat myself to a spa weekend alone. I don't know what I'll do with myself, but I'm going to treat that to myself. That's when you react, Brad. Come on now. All right, last slide here. The biggest room is the room for improvement. Believe in yourself. If you could take anything away from this, it's knowing that you are worthy of success in whatever way that comes across to you. There was a lot of people, including myself at this mastermind, that felt that imposter syndrome. I shouldn't be here. There are people I'm looking at that are 6-figure income earners. There are people here that are making way better money than me. There are people here that are way more prettier than me, or have nicer clothes, or have a flatter stomach. And comparison is a thief of joy, but it still comes up sometimes, right? And over again, this community told me to knock it off. They were like, stop thinking that way. And that's when I really started to just feel at home and feel like these people are my true cheerleaders and friends. Another piece of advice to leave with is plan your week out, plan your day out, do it. Just do it. It doesn't even have to be pretty or organized. You don't have to have a clean desk. You don't have to have a clean house. Just do it and then review afterwards. Do a good, solid assessment with yourself or with your leaders and just say, how did that call go? What ways can I improve? Just be coachable. Be a professional. This is a career just like anything else. It's a little bit different. It's not perfect, but it is a career if you want it to be. You are the CEO of your own business. Act like it. Get yourself a little nameplate. Wear professional clothing, show up in the way that you feel like a business owner would show up. I joined a BNI, which is a networking group. That was something I decided to do. Not everybody does that, but it was something that worked for me. And I've made some really great friends and connections from it. Be proud of where you have come and get excited about where you're going. Look at the future and just envision yourself already there. Just see it every day. Do a vision board. I think we're going to update ours because we've changed some of the things on there and we've achieved some of the things on there. So constantly be looking for the next best thing. And my challenge to each one of you is to come up with one goal, just one, that you want to achieve before Monday. So you've got the rest of the month. It's the 28th. It's a holiday weekend, and the goals could be big. They could be small. They could say, you know, I'm going to plan an event this weekend with my team, or I'm going to reach out to 10 people, or I'm going to mention Isogenics to my gym partner, or I'm going to place an order, or I'm going to talk to that person that makes me nervous to talk to them. Like, just write it down. You don't have to share it with me if you don't want to, but I'll check in with you. And I believe that communication is really the key. I can't read your mind. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Sadie doesn't encourage me enough, tell me, because I could step it up a notch. But if you're not talking, I don't know. So I really like to drive that home. So I took this picture just being kind of, you know, like silly, like in the elevator. And then I realized that it's really very symbolic because I am in competition with no one but myself. So I'm looking at me and I'm looking at you because I want to see you grow and succeed. And I want to be that leader. I want to be that mentor. I want to be that friend, that wife, that mother. I want to be the best version of myself. And if you become 0.3% better every day at the end of a year, or is it 0.03? It's not even a full point. By the end of the year, you're 100% better. And that compounds. So every day, even if your kids are screaming bloody murder, even if you don't really feel super great, you're becoming 1% better every day. And you'll be the best version of yourself. You get to decide. So I'm going to take down my little slideshow here, and I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can chat a little bit. So thank you, everybody who's watching the replay.